Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. I just want to show you guys something pretty cool that I came across. Something old, something vintage. You might know what one of these are, electronic speed control for an airplane. Airplane speed controls are smaller, they don't have any cooling fins on them because they're moving through the air, staying cooler versus a RC car or truck. You'll see some big fins on it, a little bit bigger to help keep them cool. Well, this is what they call a manual speed control. Before electronic speed controls came out, this was the speed control. You'd have a servo that connected a rod from the servo arm directly to here, and when you either press the trigger on your pistol grip transmitter or you moved your stick just like we do now, it would like forward, and then the other way would be reverse. Let me show you how it all works, and I'll give you a demonstration here. There's the old 330. I'm not too happy with this plane. I'll tell you guys about that a little later. So, all right, so here is our manual speed control. Some of the Tamiya kits had a heat sink that was separate from the speed control. It would have some wires going from the speed control up to a block that was the heat sink. This particular speed control has the heat sink kind of built into it. I've never personally used one of these. I think this thing is actually brand new for probably 1975 or something like that. So you can see we got 3 legs right here, and then we got 2 different pads. So right there is neutral because the center is not touching anything to conduct electricity. So let's say we're going to go forward, and it goes that way. So now this center one is making contact and this other one's making contact, but over here is not. And then the farther it went, that would be full throttle. The resistance is changing up here where it's kind of, I guess we'll call it grooved or bumpy, and then it gets over here and it's like full contact. So neutral, and then we're starting to go forward. Now bam, over here it's full blast. Let me hook this up to a motor and I'll show you how it works. Everything we just demonstrated in this is done in this with no moving parts, called a solid state. So nothing is moving, not solid. All right, here's what I found with a brushed motor. Forgot to tell you that this is for brushed motors. They didn't have brushless back when this was out, but you got the battery going in, and then you got just 2 wires going out, positive and negative, to the brushed motor. In this RC car nitro engine starter box, it happens to have a brushed motor in it. What's a starter box, you ask? So your RC car, if it's a glow engine and it doesn't have a pull start, this little rubber wheel right here will make contact on the bottom of the car. I'll show you. So here's an RC car that's nitro, and on the bottom is the flywheel on the engine. So you would set this flywheel on that rubber wheel, and there's a switch right here, and you would adjust things right. You just press down on it and it would turn over the engine for you. So that is how you can start some of the nitro cars, called a starter box. And you put a couple battery packs inside of it, and then put the sides on it and so on. And then you just adjust this little notch right here to grab your car just like it needs to be, and you just put it on there. When you push down, the switch goes and boom. So I got a little jumper lead coming out, and then we've got our brushed manual speed control. And let's get some more wires in the mix right here. So we got a charger what do you call this? I don't know, a assortment of different plugs. You plug these two into your charger, and then whatever kind of battery you got it covered. But we can also use it for what we need to do now. Oh, my battery won't plug in directly to this manual speed control without having to hack things up, but that would go in there, and then I can do this. And then coming out of the speed control, we can connect these guys. Now let's see here. Let's see, yeah. So we'll plug this guy up right there. This guy, we don't want these guys touching, that's for sure. Alright, so now our manual speed control is connected, minus the battery. We've got it in the neutral position. 2-cell battery. Back when this was made, the 9 packs, the 7.2 volt is all they had. So let's pay attention to our wheel here, and we can do some forward and reversing. All right, so let's see here. Go in that direction. Spins the wheel this way, and then go in the other direction. And we'll do our gradual from neutral to full blast. So you can see as this thing starts making contact and gets over here to the full-blown pads, then it gets, all the juice. So kind of slow. How about that, huh? How about that? So let's take our manual speed control out of the mix. A little warm, and we'll plug this battery pack up directly to the starter box, and we'll just operate it with one speed just by the button on top. But first I need to undo our clips in here. This positive right down here, hang tight. It was a little easier to unplug those guys than to plug them up. All right, I found a different adapter plug. So battery's in, nothing's happening. Set your RC car on top, and then there it goes. So how about that? The manual speed control. I don't know what brand this is here. Look at a light. JRM F1. What's JRM? Let me know if you guys know what that is. I'd be interested to know. JRM F1. Must be for the F1 car. Still a little warm too. Yeah, I would say this thing is new. Well, that's all I got for you guys on this one. Don't worry if you guys are used to seeing a couple of videos a week and now you're thinking, oh my gosh, what happened? Well, Sean's been busy, and Sean is definitely starting to slowly slow back down to normal. So we'll be back soon doing a million videos. Anyways, hey, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and then do that stuff about 10 more times. And the likes, shares, and the comments, all that stuff is the best way to support me. At 20,000, we'll give away 3 jets. Okay, guys, hey, happy flying.